Namaste, friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot. So I promised you a new moon in Cancer reading, and I'm going to do that in conjunction with Twin Flame Tuesday. So I pulled out a few other decks, and then we're going to take a look at what's going on in the energy. All right, that's for Zodiac. So I have added well, let me just go through the decks that I'm using. The Power of Love, Oracle. I'll do Sacred Self-Care and Empowerment at the end. Sacred Destiny Oracle, Archangel Animal Oracle, the Sacred Traveler Oracle, and then I'm going to use the Animal Tarot and the Lovers Oracle. Now, if I need another tarot deck, I'll pull it, but right now it feels more that the energy is about more the oracles. And with this new moon, and I just heard another reader pick up on this as well, when I was meditating this morning, it felt like, usually with new moons we bring new energy in. It feels like this past month issues have kind of come up in a way to be able to release them, to settle your heart and soul. Things that were kind of, mildly abrasive and irritating to your sense of peace and harmony have been coming to the surface, just this little gentle bubbling to the surface. And then all of a sudden they're in your face. And it's like, how am I going to handle this? How am I going to handle this in a way that I can finally heal it and move on? And it feels like a lot of that has been bubbling up. So this new moon has really given me the energy that things are releasing. It just, you just see this little, I'm seeing like a gentle boil. Something's come to a gentle boil. It's not a furious boil or a, full boil if you're a cook. It's just it's a simmering boil, and it's been simmering, and now it's coming to the surface so that you can finally acknowledge it and realize that it really isn't what you thought it was. So let's start with the Sacred Traveler, and I'm going to pull for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, the energy of the connection, and then I'll just go as Spirit guides me from there. So this is Divine Feminine energy. Where is Divine Feminine in her energy, please, for this new moon in Cancer? Also, I believe it's Neptune goes retrograde in Pisces today. So this is June the 28th. So there is an enormous amount of emotional energy, and that's kind of that bubbling up. It's been simmering, kind of maybe a slow simmer deep within your soul, and now it's coming to the boil, and now it's time to acknowledge it, heal it, release it, so that you can move forward, reaching your destination. Here's the bubbles. Your light is shining brightly. Yes, this is Divine Feminine's energy. She's done so much over the past 6 months, and it just feels like she's she's reaching her destination as far as what it is that she really wants. She's really considering what her castle in the clouds in the 3D really is. For me, it's a cottage in the country surrounded by animals and fresh air and clouds and sunshine. That's my happiness. But the Divine Feminine is deciding what it is that she's going to create and manifest in her life for what her ultimate, and I'm hearing love of her life, but being in love of life, of her life, looks like to her. All right, so let's pull the Divine Masculine. We'll use the Sacred Destiny, and this is, okay, so this is Divine Masculine energy, and a little more complicated. We have potential, love, and community. So we have some butterflies here that we have here, but this is more like, as the Divine Feminine has been at this little gentle simmer, and now we're at a gentle boil. This is a little bit more deep and explosive. It is potential. It's almost like it's about to erupt. That's the sense I'm getting from that card. And then from this one, of course, love. This is about experiencing love in a way that they may not have been able to do before, because they've been doing some work. They may not be aware of it being spiritual work, but they were fed up with the life they were living. And what I heard is the lie they were living. Okay, and then community. This feels like they're maybe needing to reach out to find some helpers, is what I've heard. Find some helpers for their situation. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull just 3 tarot cards for each. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. And then I will pull, actually they said no. Power of Love. I knew that didn't feel right. This is an oracle card for the connection in between. What's the connection for the twins? Masculine, feminine, what is the connection energy? The energy of the connection at this time. Okay. Friendliness. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge a love-based connections. Okay, so there may be, right now, the Divine Feminine has pulled a lot of her energy back. She's like, I'm not quite sure I want to remain in this, you know, twin paradigm. Not that you can change it, but you're thinking less about the twin manifestation and more about manifesting what's in your life. That's the Divine Feminine energy. But she's not necessarily hateful or spiteful toward the Divine Masculine. She's just like, you know, we can be distant friends right now. Quite honestly, she knows where he is in his journey. And she's like, I don't want to go back into that energy. He's got to elevate to me, or, you know, I'm not going to sink down back into that unhealed energy. She's not going to compromise herself. Okay, so let's pull some tarot on Divine Feminine energy. So there's a friendliness. It almost seems like she's just like, this wasn't so romantic after all. Maybe I just need to look at it as, you know, a friendship. Let it be friends for a while till he gets to an elevated point of healing. He still has a lot of work to do, and it feels like the next 6 months of this year is that point for him. Where, and I'm just using, you know, gender terms, but it's energy. So for the masculine energy, it's the feminine energy has spent the first part of 2022 doing a lot of healing and releasing and clearing and focusing on self and manifesting the life that she wants, creating the life she wants, you know, finding the house that she wants, you know, maybe decluttering, redecorating, you know, vamping up her image or ramping up, I don't know, what am I hearing? Glamming up her image, that's it, sorry. What I'm being told is that Divine Feminine has realized her self-worth and is investing in herself. The Divine Masculine, although the appearance was somewhat arrogant, that was to protect the vulnerability. Feels like the inner child is really emerging as very wounded and needing the healing work done, and that's going to bubble to the surface too. So that's just, I mean, that was channeling, I guess. All right, let's see what comes through. They obviously wanted me to say that. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. This is Divine Feminine energy. She has released the outcome expectations of manifesting a physical union with the Divine Masculine. She's like, okay, I'm sick of the wait. I'm moving on. You know, he's got to deal with his stuff. I don't want to sink back into that energy. She's like, I'm just gonna turn away from the romantic expectations, and I'm just gonna say, you know, I wish you well, friend, on your journey. For the Divine Masculine, 9 of Winter. What did I say? Your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that which you are afraid of. Stop worrying, let go of fear, and everything will be okay. This is what's coming up from this potential. Has the potential to be very, the ultimate outcome is going to be positive, but it feels like there's going to be a huge eruption in the Divine Masculine's life. Something is about to explode, and it's not going to be the gentle boil that the Divine Feminine has experienced in the last 6 months. It's going to be massive volcanic activity, and they can sense it. All right, let's pull another tarot let's pull one for the connection. What's the energy, the friendliness? It's an indicator of the Divine Feminine's healing, that she can say she feels friendliness toward the Divine Masculine now, not codependency, friendliness, like whatever happens, happens. Princess of Summer, Page of Cups. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone. Okay, so we've seen this card recently too. You definitely, the Divine Feminine is focusing on, you know, we're just going to be friends. I'm letting go of the expectation that we're going to be in physical union, and I'm focusing on manifesting my life the way I want it. My dreams, my castle in the clouds. I'm manifesting my castle in the clouds. That's Divine Feminine energy. Okay, so here we have 9 of Autumn, 9 of Pentacles, very independent, very self-reliant. Then we have the 2 of Pentacles, making choices. And usually this is struggling and juggling, but this cat, and by the way, 2 cats come out here. This is an obsidian and a ragdoll. But this is two cats, one of them just being kind of content and peaceful, the other one being carefully cautious about the decisions they make. With that Two of Pentacles, there's no struggling and juggling and balancing here. It's just being very wise about choices, considering carefully choices. Then we have the Ace of Winter. This is a panda, and this is the implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges help you to refine your plans and reshape your goals to something even better. So here we're talking about crafting that castle in the clouds. So that's what the Divine Feminine's energy is focused on. And by many of your comments, I feel like that's right on target for what the Divine Feminine is feeling. What is Divine Masculine going through? I mean, that Nine of Winter is very stressed. Feels very isolated. You know, in the middle of this turbulent ocean. They're on this little tiny rock. They got no place to go but face it. They're going to have to jump into the water, jump into their feelings, and figure it out. Queen of Winter. All your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. This is about facing their truth. And look at they're having swords on their side. And they may be facing the truth because of this Ace of Winter over here, this Ace of Swords. They may be facing the fact that the Divine Feminine is just like, you know, I'm not interested any longer. Whereas I gave a lot of energy to this for how many years? I've decided not to give energy to it anymore. I'm pulling my energy back and I'm investing it in myself. And I think they've become aware of that, and it is causing the stress. And it's kind of subconsciously motivating to face the lies that they're living in their life. And I mean, I don't want to say your Divine Masculine is a liar, but they have crafted their physical life, their emotional life in such a way that it is a fabrication. It is not based in their truth. So they're having to face that. Now, what they choose to do with it is on them. They're supposed to choose love, according to that oracle card, but the Prince of Wands. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there is nothing you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance. Okay, so it's amazing that we have two cards with, you know, ocean energy. And I'm hearing as deep as the ocean. Very restless. This is restless energy. They know they need to make a decision. They know they need to take action. They're just not. Okay, so let's pull from the Archangel Animal Oracle. Oh, wait, they told me. All right, thank you, guides. They want me to pull a couple of tarot cards on this connection. Two more tarot cards on the connection, please. This friendliness energy. Reverse polarity, I'm hearing. Okay, well, it's a bit more than I wanted. Doable. Okay. Balance. By merging various points of view, you can generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. This is the Temperance card. So patience and balance. So the connection needs to balance. Needs to be kind of a compromise. So it's interesting we have two major arcanas. Here we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, Six of Autumn. That is definitely balance. Balancing of the equilibrium of the energies to create that flow. Two of Wands. I'm not going to read all of these because there's so many. Making the choices to create an energetic flow, King of Summer, and Eight of Autumn, Eight of Pentacles. What I'm feeling is making choices from a loving decision, a loving perspective. Doing that work, you know, working on, instead of creating clashes, creating a dynamic of cooperation. Friendly cooperation will create a flow in this connection. It's not balanced. Number one, there is so much positive energy in the Divine Feminine's life, but it feels like a lot of negative energy in Divine Masculine's life. And definitely different polar opposites. But you have one partner who is balanced and the other who is not. One counterpart. Yeah. Give with unconditional love and grace. Just what I was saying in this energy. That's reading that energy. Okay, so let's pull from the Lover's Oracle, and then we'll go into some empowerment and self-care cards. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So that feels here kind of this, just accept the fact that with this energy here, this major eruption that's about to occur, this is not a time for union. It really isn't. I mean, do you want to be in the shit show? Now, maybe because of support and the friendliness and this sense of community needing help, Divine Masculine may reach out, and that's the time that you respond with this unconditional love and grace. Remember your boundaries. I'm not saying put down your boundaries and just surrender yourself. I'm saying act as a good friend would. Maybe he just needs somebody to listen to him. Remember what you've just gone through as far as your ascension. At least 6 months of facing pretty much your fears, your woundedness, situations that were left, how do I want to say it? I'm discombobulated. And it's almost like you're seeking resolution. And that was definitely the message for June, that we were going to be resolving things. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. You are going to be key to his healing, whether you communicate or you just are energetic, because of the fact that you're releasing the kind of that codependent need and expectations. It feels like that release is the catalyst for this action. Look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. If you have any lingering issues where you can't send healing energy, you need to look at that within you, because your light is what's going to help him. And remember, energy, not gender. But if there is some reason that you cannot feel that you can send, if nothing else, you know, energetic, positive, healing energy to him without absorbing his crisis energy, then you need to look inside yourself and see if there's a little bit more healing work to do. There's been a lot of emotional trauma between the twins, and I'm not saying to disregard that. I'm saying this is something that if you still aren't healed there, it's something you need to look at. And then twin flames, no shit. Your passion ignites. I very rarely pull this card. Okay, well, that is definitely a Twin Flame Tuesday new moon in Cancer. Lots of energy that is emotional. Feels like there's going to be a huge emotional eruption on the Divine Masculine's part. And your stability is, this is going to, once this all comes out, then there can be a restoration of balance, beginning with just this friendship. So remember your divine grace, the self-care cards. And I think that's really, really important, because the more we support ourselves emotionally and physically and mentally and spiritually, the more balanced we are. So let's pull some divine guidance for self-care, what you need to do to support yourself. Because if you're twin flame, you're going to pick up on that disruption energy when it occurs. You're going to feel it, because it feels like it is earth shaking. And that's all I'm hearing is earth shaking, volcanic. I mean, if you want to equate it to a tower moment, that's what it feels like. But it's the magnitude is large, extreme energy work. 22. You may want to do some chakra balancing, some chakra clearing, almost in preparation and anticipation of this influx of energy. Your positive light energy will be transmuting some of this energy, because you will feel it. Because of the strength of your connection, you are going to feel the magnitude of this eruption, and you will be helping transmute that. So you need to do some healing, chakra clearing. Okay, pleasure. And burning bowl ritual. So if you want to do new moon ritual, involves a burning bowl or releasing anything you need to, then I like the way these two are rainbows within, and look at the rainbow there. As you feel the effects of this energy, you may want to release it through a burning bowl ceremony. Okay, chanting, that could help with your chakras and also connect with the earth. Another rainbow person. I mean, I'm not rainbow person, but I'm just saying that the imagery is the person is just a rainbow inside, and then you have this rainbow here in this cloud, in this card, and that is this transformation. And rainbows are caused by light, and your light is shining brightly, so you're the sense of help that they're going to need, even if it's just energetically. That was my stomach, sorry. Okay, I'm going to leave it here then. Have a great day.